this section, we will go over the three common creativity traits. Those three traits were openness, risk takers, and flexibility. Openness was the most talked about, so I think it's only fitting we talk about this one first. Doe describes openness as the extent which an individual is broad-minded, curious, imaginative, and original. So in a school setting, the student is likely to get excited about starting a project on a topic they do not know anything about. This would be perfect for an English paper. Encourage your students to write a paper on a topic that is new to them. Or in science, for a science fair and biology is their favorite area, encourage them to create a project in physics. They are open to trying new things. A star athlete might audition for the school musical. The second trait we will talk about is risk takers. Daniels stated, creativity brings with at least a modicum of risk-taking, intellectual, social, psychological, and emotional risks. Whenever a unique approach or opinion is ventured, the creative individual risks rejection or even isolation. So in a school setting, the students know what could be at stake if they take on a new challenge or idea. They are willing to take those risks because they don't care about the consequences. For example, a student wants to research solving American politics by creating their own ideology. This could cause a huge stir if the students present their ideas to the whole school. I'd be cautious about using this one in your classroom if you decide to do that. Or returning to the story of the athlete auditioning for the school musical. He knows his friends might ridicule him, but it's something he really wants to do and doesn't care. Teachers should support the students who take risks. Offer encouragement when the student feels nervous. The last trait we will discuss is flexibility. Flexibility in creativity has been related to originality of ideas and the ability to break apart from mental fixations. So, in a school setting, for example, in English for a creative writing class, a student feels stuck because they feel that their story is going nowhere. The teacher could ask the student questions, and as they're being answered, the student could figure out if they want to take their story in a different direction or not. Some example questions could be, what is the motivation of the characters? Or what do you want the main outcome in the story to be? This is called flexibility building. Teachers First defines flexibility building as asking questions and designing projects where students must shift perspective. This will prompt students to be more flexible in their approach. To illustrate flexibility building further, in science, ninth graders are asked to think of other ways to use recycled objects. To start the students off, the teacher could prompt questions such as, can the object float? Is it bendable? What else can it hold? Besides what it was designed for, of course. So to recap, the three traits are openness. A student with openness as a personality trait might be open to new experiences, ideas, theories, possibilities, etc. Risk takers. A student is willing to take a leap of faith and they don't care what the consequences are. Because they know how dangerous it is, they're going to do it anyway, though. And the last trait is flexibility. A student is willing to think outside the norm to change perspective. In the next section, we will go over the do's and don'ts when implementing a creative assignment.